Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome to another Tips Tuesday session. This week we're going to look at the topic of social media and when it's maybe not as good for you as we first thought, and when social media is not a good space for you, and some different strategies and some ways that you can work around social media when you are looking at those sorts of things. I'm just going to quickly share to business so that we can get started. Tips Tuesday time. And because this is a really important topic, and it's a really important topic for a number of reasons. And let's delve into it. Let's delve into the topic and the conversation. Excuse me, guys, I got a really croaky voice this morning. I have a feeling that I'm feeling my Pfizer's vaccine just a little bit today. Okay, sip of water and we're all ready to go. Okay, social media. So for those of you who have not been here before, let me introduce myself. Let me say who I am. And by all means, please come into the chat and let me know who you are and where we can find you. My name is Linda Reed-Enever. I'm an ideas and marketing strategist. I'm also the founder of Business, which is an online community for business owners to be able to support, learn, connect, network, and do together. And this croaky voice is going to get me a couple of times today by the looks of it. We also run a community called the Course Creators Circle, and I have, I'm a mum. So I'm a mum to a child, and we understand the power of social media. And sometimes the social media is great, and sometimes it is not so great. So today I wanted to share some strategies, some tips, some things I've learned along the way about running our businesses, using social media, and the moments and times that it is maybe not good for us along the way. And I most probably have found this because I've been delving into the world of Clubhouse. I've been exploring it, seeing if it works for me, having a bit of a conversation and looking at those things. And of course, when I look at a platform, I look at whether it works for us, how does it fit within the business, what's it going to do moving forward. So I thought I'd share some of those tips today that will help people along the way. So social media is amazing. It can give us the most amazing connection. It can help us build a community like business. It's a way to market our business. We've got the opportunity now. We've got marketing at our fingertips on the keyboard, on the phones, on the devices for us to be able to market and grow our businesses. And that's amazing. That's what social media gives us. And that is fantastic. But what that does mean is we're trying to keep up. We're trying to spend quite a bit of time in the world of social media. And that can lead to a number of things. We're trying to be across all platforms. We're trying to be the best at everything. We're trying to get the highest like numbers. We're trying to get the highest interactions. We want to be bigger than the competitors next to us. And that can lead to a number of things. And it can lead to things like overwhelm, where we're just like, how do we keep up with it all? It can lead to comparisonitis, where we're comparing ourselves to everyone's perfect, and I say in inverted commas, perfect life versions that they have out there of themselves. And that means that we're trying to keep up with something that is not real. And I can tell you, for every perfect photo you see out there, there is at least 5 or 6 other really crap ones that never got posted, because that's how it goes. We're fear of missing out. It feels if we take a break from social media, we're going to miss out from something. I can tell you can take a break from social media and the world will not end. It will be fine. But I will, obviously go into a little bit more why we can do those sorts of things. And we can become addicted. Social media is it's a psychological thing. It actually connects, our triggers off little chemicals in our brain to make us feel like we were rewarded. And psychologically, it is designed to addict us. It's designed to help us keep coming back and keep coming forward. And then there is the nastier side of social media, where we are bullied, we feel isolated, we feel alienated, or we feel trolled. And, regardless of whether we are or in someone else's mind or not, those feelings are all incredibly valid, and they do need to be addressed and be warranted. So whether you think it is, or you think someone is or someone isn't, if someone tells you they're being trolled or being bullied, have a conversation with them. Have a look at what behavior that they maybe think is being controlling or bullying. And when we start to create social media, and, we are creating social media. We are one of the first generations getting to use social media. So we create the world that our kids, that the future generations are going to have in the world of social media. So what we accept and what we tolerate is what our kids are going to accept and going to tolerate. It's just how the foundations of this thing work. So if we're creating a social media world, we're looking from those areas of being able to just get into that world of creating this space. So we create the future here, no one else. And good morning, Christina. It is lovely to see you. And I'm glad that you're enjoying the topic that we're talking about today, because it is an important one. Social media, when we're starting to talk about social media, we are starting to talk about the world that we are creating. Yes, it's been around for about 20 years, but as I said, we are the ones that are setting the boundaries for what we create, what we tolerate, and the best procedures. And the little people around us, the teens, the tweens, the younger generations around us, we're the ones that can show them how to use this platform properly and how to use it well. But we're still learning ourselves, okay? And that's the big thing that I think we all need to take a chill pill, relax for a few minutes and go, okay, we're learning this platform. We're learning the area and we're learning the space that we're creating. And if, something upsets you, or you get a little bit flustered, or you find a platform's not for you, then remember to, recognize that and, give yourself a bit of a reward and a pat on the back. So, okay, when we get into the world of social media, there are multiple platforms. And I've experienced this, and I'll share with you guys a personal experience, because my first experience on Clubhouse, if I stuck with that, oh my God, I would never have gone into another Clubhouse room. I had, I used my microphones. I used the best technology that I had in here to get the best audio quality. Now, I've had audio fail on me before, but to have, the audio to be crackly and not work and fail, and I got told, I sound like I'm in a crowd. It was meant to be a new user group. I didn't understand the process. No one wanted to help me, or they just wanted to tell me how crap I was. And at that point in time, I went, far out. I feel like I'm back in high school. And my response was, if this is what Clubhouse is going to be, this platform's not going to be good for me, and I'm going to be out. But I had my phone ping a little bit later. Thank goodness for the social media adrenaline of a ping. I had a ping pop out for a Clubhouse group then of a community of someone I knew and someone I trusted inside business. And I joined that group, and I had the completely opposite experience. So I do strongly suggest that we look at the experiences. But this is the thing. If you're leading something new on a new platform, whether it's Clubhouse, whether it's TikTok, whether it's social media, whether it's creating a Facebook group, whatever you're doing, you are creating that space and you are holding that space for people. So you want to hold it in the way that you want to be represented and you want to be known, and, in a supportive manner, because we all, and I don't care what platform you're using, if you're new to a platform and you're an experienced user and you see a newbie, we all knew at some stage. We all needed to learn something along the way. So why not help people? Why not help them throughout that process? Judgmental, there's enough judgment out there in the world. We don't need to bring it into our own lives. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to suggest to you is you can own your real estate. And I do suggest that you own your real estate on every platform, but then evaluate the platform. Is it the right place for you to hang out? Now, those who know me know that I'm no fluff, so I tend to get into things and I tend to do things. What I found in particular with Clubhouse is I'm looking for the rooms where there is solid conversation, maybe not background noise conversation, but solid conversation about a topic or a strategy or something like that happening. They're the ones that seem to suit me. The other ones, I'm, working my way through it. And it's a handy thing for you to be able to do the same thing. Work out, is this the space? Is this the community for you? Okay, and once again, not every platform is going to be for you. So own your real usernames. If you find that platform's causing stress for you, walk away from it. You don't have to actively participate in it if it's not right for you. If it's going to, cause you mental health issues, if it's going to stress you out, if you're going to feel like, you're being bullied or trolled in that area, then don't do it. Walk away from it. Guys, we create and we're teaching our future generations how to manage social media. And if you're being trolled or bullied on a platform, don't give them the time of day. Don't give them the airspace. We wouldn't give them the airspace in a face-to-face environment, so don't do that. Okay, the other thing that I think is really, really handy when you're starting to set up your social media use, and this app is pretty cool. This app is called Forest, and Forest attracts your time on social media. It tracks your time on different areas. It's a bit of a mindfulness app, so I've just popped it into the chat for you to be able to have a look at. And it will track your time on social media, so you can track it on and all sorts of apps. So it'll track all of those things, so you can really start to get an idea about when you're using your social media and what you need to do from there. Now, we use an app here in the house for Charlotte in particular called Family Zone. And Family Zone is another really handy app, and it talks about cyber safety solutions, and it's on her phone, it's on her computers, and we're able to look at it. But if we really wanted to, if we thought that we were looking at this from there, Absolutely, Valerie. Find out where your target market is. Valerie's talking about finding out where your target market is and hang out with them. Absolutely, but you can hang out on social media for some friendship issues too. So, I know I hang out with the mums from school and that sort of stuff. So the other one that I've just popped into the chat is Family Zone, and Family Zone allows you to control usage time. So whether you can use social media apps, whether you can use website apps, all of those sorts of things as well. Now, it's not just for the kids. You can set them up for yourself. You can use Family Zone to set up your own time and set up your own monitoring. To when you're doing things, just like you can have a desktop app that will stop you from using social media when you're meant to being productive. So tracking our time on social media is the first thing to aware to whether it's taking too much time away from our days. And if it is, then let's look at, reducing that time and maybe setting some time blocking times for checking in on our Facebook and time things. Beautiful. Valerie has the Forest app. It is cool. I do love it. It is a really cool app. The other thing is most phones now have a do not disturb mode. So set a do not disturb mode. I'm a big believer in the no phones in bedrooms philosophy when it comes to social media and those things. And I actually have a social media free device. So I have what I call my Netflix device, which has no social media on it, which means that if I'm chilling and watching Netflix, no one can interrupt me. No one can come through that process. We don't have to be active on all networks, and we don't have to be active on all networks all the time. We might check in on them on a daily basis. You might save some social platforms for your desktop computer. You don't have to install, just because it has an app, you don't have to install it. Okay, that's today's quote. Just because something has an app doesn't mean you actually have to install it on your phone. When you are going through this process, though, of the nasty ones, the comparisonitis, the overwhelm, okay, they're the ones where we need to walk away, okay? And I want you to walk away, not only from walking away from the device, but also walking away and just writing down, if you're seeing someone and you're comparing them to, they're amazing, they're fantastic, they're the most amazing person you've ever come across, compare it from this point of view. I want you to write down the things that maybe you're not seeing. So you're seeing one amazing thing or 5 amazing things from this person in their newsfeed. Write down the things that you maybe not seeing. Okay, and just remind yourself about the things that you're not seeing, because chances are they still have bad hair days, they still wake up with bad breath in the morning, they're not waking up looking perfect, they most probably are juggling multiple things. We don't know what's going in someone else's world, but when you're comparing yourself to their perfect, it is really hard to get yourself out and realize they are human. And I say this to my people all the time. I am human. I need breaks. I need time out. I will burn out just like the rest of you. So making sure that you really do look at that social media stuff. And if you're going to compare yourself to someone's good stuff, I want you to compare some things to the stuff you're not seeing. So they're the things you are seeing, but what are you not seeing? What are you not seeing inside that zone? Okay. If you do feel like you're going into comparisonitis or overwhelm, try and put the phone in the drawer. I know there's something that it really works. I've got a backpack, and when I'm out with my daughter, my phone's in my backpack. I can't get to it. I don't hear the pings. I don't hear anything. It's in my backpack, and it's a really good place to be. And at night, once I finish work and I'm outside of work hours and I'm not adminning the group, the phone is in my office, and it's away from me to being able to stop things happening. Do not disturb also helps, though, because I do set it that from 7 p.m. at night, I don't get any pings. I don't get any pings unless it's a phone call or a message. My phone just won't respond and react to me. Okay, so once you've got those things in place, reward yourself. If you're, putting your phone away somewhere, or you are walking away, reward yourself with a nice cup of coffee, or maybe go to a cafe and leave the phone in the bag and enjoy that piece of cake. The other thing is when we come to trolls and bullies, because we do have trolls and bullies in the world of social media, and I'm not going to pretend they don't exist. Running a community the size of ours, I see them daily, and I made a stand, and I had a call with our marketing circle members last week. If someone's got a grey head and wants to come bully me on YouTube or any of the platforms that we're out on, my first and post is, I'm going to delete your comment. If you can't put your face to your name and your bullying, then we're not going to have a conversation. I'm not going to give you the time of day. If someone name calls me when they're asking for help or assistance, then I'm going to call them out for their name calling, and I'm going to say, hey, maybe that's not the best way to ask for help. Because once again, as I said to you, this is the space that we are creating. But what if someone trolls you? When someone is negatively commenting on you or doing those sorts of things, they are doing it because it benefits them, not to harm you. And I know it sounds really hard to say. So in that process, feel free to delete the trolls comments. You don't need it. No one else needs it. And, you know, if it's got absolutely nothing to do with the content I'm posting, which some of mine don't, because, you know, it's lovely to get sexually harassed on social media, I would just delete them. I am no longer standing for that content being placed on my content and my space. But they will happen. Reach out to a friend. If you are being trolled or bullied and don't have any support, then please message one of my pages or one of my profiles. I will, you know, make sure that you are supported. Talk to the professionals out there. You know, there are lifelines and people out there that are being out there. I've been on the receiving end of a barrage of bullying attacks multiple times. I've been received on trolls coming in on videos while I'm live streaming. And I can tell you what, it hurts, it stings, and you need to acknowledge that. And at that moment in time, it is time to put the device away. It's the time to lock it away in a door and give yourself some mental health. You don't want to keep checking in on it. If you feel someone needs to keep checking in on it, then ask someone to check and monitor your YouTube channel. And if you need something, or your Facebook profile, if you need something, be able to do it. Now, remember, in lots of places, we have the ability to turn off comments. So on Facebook and groups, all of those areas, use the turn off comment opportunities. And once again, your people know who you are, okay? They know the value that you add and the stuff that you bring along the way. And unfortunately, trolls are just something that's going to be putting on, there's something that is out there in the world of social media. And I don't want to give them airspace. So my commitment moving forward is when the trolls and the bullies come in, we're not going to stand for it. You guys know that, because if you're a BBB member, you know that we don't take any bullying. We don't take any swearing, little name calling, belittling along that way, because it is a massively hurtful zone when you get into someone's head and mental health wise. And you have no idea what the person who is getting called a name or being bullied in any way, shape or form is from there. So, okay, to finish off today's session, social media has many, many benefits for us. Okay, however, there are times that it will not be good for us, and we need to acknowledge those times, and then at those times we need to put some barriers in place between us and social media, whether that is giving our phone to someone else, whether that is setting off to do not disturb, whether it is deleting the comments and not responding to the trolls and bullies. We need to give ourselves those areas and time to be able to do those sorts of things. Because the social media world we create, the social media world that we accept, is the social media world that the future generations ahead of us will inherit, because we are creating and founding this space as we go forward. Oh gosh, yeah, sorry. Valerie had it in another group. See, that's not great. And look, you know, that's unfortunate. She's had someone call her work BSO. I apologize. I apologize on behalf of my fellow humans that's happened to you, Valerie, because we are humans and we all learn from somewhere. We all learn from something. So please, if you have been, or you see someone, and we can't stand by on that either, guys. If you see someone being trolled or bullied, do the same. You know, make sure that you support the person, reach out, feel for their things. Now, I know the way I do things is not going to be the same as everyone else. And, you know, the way Valerie and the way Christina and all of you watching today, the way we do things is not going to be the same. And the way we do things for everyone else is not going to be it's not going to be the same for everyone else. And the way I choose to do business and the way you choose to do business and the way I choose to mother my daughter is not going to be the same. But that doesn't mean that someone's point is not valid. It doesn't mean that someone's point is not there. And it doesn't mean that we have to, you know, go and bully them or, you know, name call or belittle the person along the way. So, okay, I'm going to leave you with this. We are creating the social media world that our children will inherit. So let's make sure that when social media is not good for us, we start to show them and put in the strategies and the mechanisms in place to deal with the fact that social media may not be good for us, and start to, you know, create the space that is positive, supportive, and encouraging for our children along the way. Okay, guys, I will see you next Tips Tuesday. However, at 11 a.m. we have our skills webinar with Karen Hillen, which is all about managing your first employee and different things that you need to know along the way. And if I grab the link quickly for the skills page, you'll be able to go register for that one. And you can see me at 11 as well. And we can delve into that one. So we're looking at the 7 things to consider when you're employing people in your business, not just your first employee. So that skills webinar link is now in chat for you as well. And I will see you there. If not, I will see you here next Tuesday. Bye.